What's up, YouTube? Robert the Monster Among Marks Drap here. I'm back again for SmackDown Live review. This time, we're SmackDown Live broadcasted from Jacksonville, Florida, and personally, I kinda wish this episode would have half been eaten by a gator instead of just, mauled. Because there were segments of this show that were really great, that were really good. And there were points of this show where I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why the hell are you what sense does this make? But as always, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. Follow the show on Twitter at InMoshPit. Yours truly is at Rob's Random ROMs. My good friend, the heavy metal hippie Sierra, is at Heavy Metal Hippie and currently residing within a pocket dimension of goodness knows where. We're working on bringing her back. I don't know when we'll be able to do it, but we're working on it. Then again, it's me who doesn't dabble in magic at all, so it might take a little bit of time. I'm still working on the formulas here. But speaking of working out the formula and working out the kinks, my God, have they actually kind of nailed the opening segment in this new era of WWE, where Daniel Bryan, they don't start out in the ring. Daniel Bryan is out in the concession stand, and he's ragging on consumerism as it pertains to people who have gone out and bought like hot dogs and the souvenir cups and the merchandise that they have at the tables. He grabs a hot dog that had one bite out of it, kind of throws it back at the guy at the end of his little segment, saying that the WWE, the reason the WWE universe consumes so much is because they've got a hole in their heart. They're trying to fill the void, and that's why they cheer AJ Styles, because it's a short-term little hole filling the void in the soul. He then, I think, like, I guess all of these guys are like super on, like, they are plants. They are the guys they work for WWE, because one guy, he walked up, grabbed the guy's cup. He said, "Oh, look, this plastic cup full of high fructose corn syrup, carbonated with all sorts of nasty chemicals," and he's drinking it out of a straw, and he throws it at the guy, and the guy's wearing an AJ Styles shirt, and it gets all over him. And I'd be like, dude, the fuck? I mean, I know you're Daniel Bryan, and that's really cool. Your beard is really awesome, but I'm gonna rip it off the fucking face you're wearing. I don't care who you call yourself. You just threw my drink back at me. Then again, he's very muscled and very good in the ring, and I imagine that, like, afterwards he would have come up to me and went, "Hey, dude, yeah, I'm sorry. Let me sign an autograph for you. Here, let me get you a WWE title belt. Let me get a selfie with you, that kind of thing." Because I imagine, like, out of kayfabe, Daniel Bryan is still the amazing person that he always has been, and there you go. But he goes he goes back past concessions, goes into the arena itself, grabbing a microphone on his way, insulting a few choice people on his way down the ramp. Basically, he stopped and called him impotent, and the guy's like, and you could hear the guy screaming, I am not. It's like, dude, no, yeah, I get it. You're a mark. But shit. I think insulting Daniel Bryan back rather than booing at him would have been funnier. You're standing right there. You right there. You're impudent. Your beard sucks. I'm very proud of my beard. So, as one who owns one, if I was told my beard looked like shit, I'd be very insulted. Moving on, he gets all the way down to the ring, and he is blindsided by R-Truth because apparently they have a match to kick off the show tonight. We get back from commercial break, and it is indeed R-Truth versus Daniel Bryan. This match goes back and forth for a little bit, but eventually Daniel Bryan connects with the running knee for the pinfall victory. R-Truth getting some good time in with, main event people. That, to me, says that while I don't expect a push for Truth, I do expect some good things are coming his way. Because, he's getting TV time. Good. You know who we could maybe send in there next? How about Sanity? How about, I don't know, the goddamn Bludgeon Brothers? Where the fuck have they been? How about Ty Dillinger? He's all the fuck over social media. Like, I follow his Twitter. He is on Twitter. If he's healed up from whatever injury he sustained, put him back in the ring. Let him go. He'd be really good. Because he always is really good. But you're going to hit the reset button hard and start pushing people you haven't even looked at in months. Oh, God, what was even next? Samoa Joe and Andrade Cien Almas versus Mustafa Ali and Rey Mysterio. Oh, boy. I don't know what the move is called because it is insane. And really, I feel like the people with guys like Andrade Cien Almas and Rey Mysterio, who have a super high level of agility and talent and skill in the ring, only they could pull it off. Because I don't know what Rey was going with. He kind of flipped. He had a hold of Andrade's hands, kind of, tried to eject him out of the ring by rolling him over, and with his feet in the midsection of Almas, tried to kick him out the ring. Almas hit the rope, stopped, and came back the other direction. And as he was coming back, Rey Mysterio just basically bounced him and pile drived him. I think it's called a Canadian Destroyer. And for all of the obvious reasons, this move is super banned. You do not do this because it is very easy to hurt somebody doing this move. And yet the Tranquilo and Rey Mysterio, the master of the 619, pulled this off without a hitch. It was jaw-dropping, to say the least, and especially because Mysterio got a near fall out of that. Mustafa Ali had some really good moments where he was facing off against both Andrade and Samoa Joe. Got in a lot of good offense. Didn't get the 054, hit a 540 splash and 450 splash instead. Almost got hung up on the ropes, and it looked like he was going to get hit with a 619, but he caught Rey's legs and turned it into a gut buster, then into the hammerlock DDT for the 1-2-3. We get a short backstage segment with The Miz talking to Shane McMahon, trying to convince him to give the best tag team in the world a tag team title shot against the Bar at Royal Rumble. And Shane's like, listen, I am on board with you to be a tag team I'm ready and willing to go. We don't have the experience. We don't have the history. We don't have the chemistry yet. We don't have the confidence that it takes to win. That is earned over a long career of tag team title matches the way that these guys do. So, no, for right now. I'm not just going to upend everything and put ourselves in this. And he then distracts The Miz with talks of the ring attire they will wear and a fake phone call that he's got to take, and walks away. Next segment, I'm pretty sure was the Usos promo, which it wasn't bad. It's just okay, fine, whatever. Let's see here. Next segment that's of any use, because I didn't take heavy notes, but here we are. Rusev talking very seriously about Lana not being at SmackDown because she got injured by the actions of Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura was on the Titantron in the TV truck showing a replay of the attack that happened last Tuesday. Again, I've been out of WWE since Christmas, since right before Christmas, so there we go. It showed that apparently during Rusev's U.S. title win celebration, like his coronation, he attacked. During Rusev's celebration, he was attacked by Nakamura, and Lana jumped on him, trying to pull him off, and Rusev hit the Machka kick, which knocked Lana off of Nakamura and onto the mat. And Rusev says, if you're not going to come to me, I'm going to come after you. And he is then ambushed backstage by road cases and all sorts of fun things that are back there by Nakamura. I don't really know how to feel about this. Honestly, on one hand, I'm okay with Nakamura doing whatever it takes to keep himself relevant, to keep himself as the heel, to keep himself in the public eye. On the other hand, this is the second storyline in a row that revolves around Lana. I think we can step away from it for a minute. Speaking of things I think we can step away from for a minute, the Usos versus the Bar for about the 10 trillionth time in my lifetime. If the Usos win, they will face the Bar at Royal Rumble for the Tag Team Championships. This was, here's the thing about the Usos. And I really kind of chalked this up to the chemistry between all the teams that have been prominently featured in the last year of WWE. And that is, the Usos don't really have a bad match. They don't. It's just, they are good against anybody you put them in the ring with. So having a good match for them is just going to happen. It is a inevitability of them stepping between the ropes because they know what they're doing. They know how to put together the match. They know how to get the crowd on their side. That being said, when you squander shit like this, when you ruin a perfectly good tag team match with motherfucking Mandy Rose, you discredit anything they will ever do again. Maybe that's a little dramatic. I will give it that. It's going to take, to be realistic, it will take a very, very long time for anybody like, you can't take Jay, you can't take Jimmy seriously in this. Why? Because apparently Jimmy can just fucking be distracted by Mandy Rose when he should just be like, fuck you, bitch, I'm in the middle of a match. I don't care about you. You're not going to come down here and hurt me. Why? Because you don't want to do that. You don't want to step in the ring with me. You want to distract me. You want to lure me away from my wife. Well, guess what? A, that's not happening. I'm very committed to my wife. And B, fuck you. I'll get security. I don't have to fight you. The ref will deal with that shit. You come down here to fight me, the ref is going to disqualify them. We win. We go to WrestleMania. Done. Royal Rumble, whatever. Moving on. Mandy Rose comes out at the end of this match in a towel to ask Jay if she left her gold ring gear in his locker room. This then allows Sheamus to hit the brogue kick on Jay. Jimmy gets a neutralizer. Jimmy gets the brogue kick from Sheamus. Jay gets the neuralizer on from Cesaro, and that is that. Okay, fine. I don't like it, but let's see something else. What are we? 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, from Royal Rumble? It's coming here in a couple weeks. Fine. Having something for the go home show would have been fine, but we actually get The Miz coming out. The Miz then says, "Okay, no, you got to announce them properly. They're amazing. You have to, really put it on. This is the tag team champions of SmackDown Live, Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar. Yeah, you guys kicked ass. Allow me to be the first, on behalf of myself, the best tag team in the world, myself and Shane McMahon, to congratulate you on your victory this evening and give you the opportunity to face the best tag team in the world, the only tag team you have not decimated." I have at least 2 in my pocket right now, but let's play with that fantasy. To face The Miz and Shane McMahon at Royal Rumble. Cesaro is like, what, kind of, weaselly talking, and then fucking Sheamus, he's like, Cesaro's like, "I would have to consult my tag team partner." Turns to Sheamus. Sheamus hits Miz with a brogue kick and says, "We accept." So, at Royal Rumble, we're going to get Sheamus and Cesaro versus Shane McMahon and The Miz. Okay. All right. Leaving aside the fact that later Shane's like, "I didn't want to inject myself into the tag team title match, but hey, we're going to do this," and he gets on board with it. Having a heel dynamic going in, as long as they're both playing heels, and continue to play heels, fine. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Let's do it. Backstage, Naomi confronts Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They both, get on her during the fight, and they're beating her down. Jimmy makes the save, and is like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" Jimmy, I wish I had an answer for you, bro. I really do. Because this is fucking weird. There's no explanation. There's no reason why Mandy's gone after Jimmy. It's just, oh, I want to do this thing. I want to go after him for no reason, and done. I will say this, because they had two interviews. I'm sorry, they had interviews with Carmella, uh, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte all throughout the night, kind of intercut. And they did re-show the Mean Gene Okerlund tribute video with a little bit of what happened on Monday Night Raw with Hulk Hogan. God, I feel bad for him. I really, I don't know if I talked about it on last night, but I will say it. I will say it here, and I probably saying it again. I knew that when I heard that Hulk Hogan was going to be on Monday Night Raw, I knew he couldn't talk about a lot. He couldn't do a lot. He couldn't be there for very long. But that being said, it was kind of good to see him. You know, it was like, okay, no, yeah, this is a real return. This is a real, genuine reason to have him on the air. We don't have to see him again. We can put him away. He's put away. He's gone. He's ridden off into the sunset. It's okay. Don't worry. We're not bringing him back for a match. We're not bringing him back for nostalgia reasons. We brought him back for a legit reason. His friend, his good friend, and probably the person who knew him the best, who knew Mean Gene the best, has to come on the air and has to say a few words because this is the age that we live in. That being said, the fact that he came out in kayfabe and then admitted that he came out in kayfabe because that's the way Gene would have wanted it, and then went back into kayfabe at the end for a real Hulk Hogan style promo. All right, fine. You had to do it. You wanted to do it your way. Don't care. But these ladies here, to get back to SmackDown Live, because I'm sure if my co-host is watching from her pocket dimension, is probably like, damn it, Rob, you're rambling. Get back on topic. I'm working on it. But the interviews by the women were kind of weird because they seemed a little bit like underlit, and they were very much, oh, I'm going to win. Fine. Whatever. Becky Lynch couldn't, like, I see why they picked Carmella. It's like, we can't have Charlotte lose because Charlotte would look weak. We can't have Becky lose because we still have this momentum from her just being the man. Oh, I know. Carmella is close enough to in popularity to take a loss and it won't hurt her. So let's put her in there to be the scapegoat. Fine. But Carmella presented herself very well in this match. Did very limited things very, very cleanly. And I couldn't hate it. I enjoyed this match, and her presence in it was a factor in that enjoyment. That being said, this match was a very good, and again, a main event on SmackDown headed up by the women. Great. Let's keep doing this as long as they're this good. Or better. Always room for improvement. Never going to say there won't be. So, let's do that. Your winner via submission, Carmella taps out to the Disarmer to earn her title shot at Royal Rumble. This match had a lot of flying bodies, had a lot of real high athleticism, very good spots. Carmella locked in the Code of Silence. Charlotte got in the figure four before getting fucking frog splashed by Becky. But post-match, Asuka comes down to the ring to hold the title up at her and yell at her in Japanese. I don't know if Becky Lynch speaks Japanese. I damn sure don't. And to continue to yell at me in Japanese is not going to make my disposition any better. But good on you. Stick with what you know works. Let's do that. Fine. Good job, Asuka. You did a champ thing. Let's move on. Next week, goodness knows who's going to show up, how this whole thing's going to shake out. Personally, I'm hoping that we get a stipulation match for the U.S. Championship match. It better have a competitor. Which they mentioned on air, like right during the Usos versus the Bar, that there are no more automatic rematch clauses. You want a championship match, you have to earn it. Fine. So who's facing Rusev? And if it's not Shinsuke Nakamura, why the hell are you building this feud? At least in this case. At least in, like, I want this vacuum to be, yes, Nakamura and Rusev have a feud started. Let's keep that going. He's got the U.S. Championship. We have to put that in there. Fine. That's all you need. That's the only reason you need. But moving on. Again, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. Follow the show on Twitter at InMoshPit. Yours truly is at Rob's Random Roms. My good friend, hopefully will be back soon, is at Heavy Metal Hippie. I will be back with you guys tomorrow night for the NXT/205 live review. Later.